So today we're going to kickstart a new mini-series where I'm going to be picking out the most common exercise mistakes that you're making within your workouts. And we're going to get the ball rolling today with one of the most common exercises that you'll likely do, whether that's from home or in the gym. And that exercise is squats. So the reason why most people will use the squat within their workout routine is because it's a great overall strength and muscle builder for the lower body. Now the main squatting technique that we're going to be looking at today is the back squat. However, a lot of these principles can be carried over into all of the squatting variations. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the setup. Now this is an area where most people rush. This is where exercise becomes less efficient and you also increase your chances of picking up injuries. So make sure you spend quality time on your setup, getting it right for you. There is no one size fits all approach, whether we're looking at the positioning of the bar on the back or even the distance between your feet. You want to get yourself into a position where it allows you to be the most stable and also allows you to capitalize on your maximum range of motion. The next common mistake is speed, or often referred to as tempo. Again, due to the fact that we can be time poor, often during these exercises you're going to feel some kind of discomfort, which then leads to you rushing through the exercise. And this can be a negative thing because it means that you don't have full control, and as you progressively increase the load, if you don't have that full control, both in the top position and the bottom position, once again you can potentially increase your chances of injury. So one thing that I like to use is making sure that you're controlling the extreme ranges. So when you're coming out of that bottom position into the top, and then also when you're lowering yourself down into that bottom position. At any moment in time, if I was to click my fingers, you'd be able to pause in that moment because you're using appropriate tempo and appropriate control. And also one of the biggest ways in which we're going to help increase strength and muscle tissue is by maximizing that time under tension. And if you're completing a repetition within 1 second, you're going to be missing out on potential gains. Now the next biggest mistake that I see is that change in range of motion as the load increases. Once you've done your proper warm-up and you found your maximum range of motion, you should now keep that consistent whether you're using an unloaded bar or whether you're going for your maximum working set. If you're increasing the load and your range of motion is decreasing over time, the load is too heavy for you and you need to scale it back. Again, think quality over quantity. Because if you go down the route of always thinking about increasing more load, which leads to diminishing returns in terms of your range of motion, you're ultimately building in poor habits, poor technique, and poor overall execution. Now finally, although the key principles can carry over to each of the squat variations, you need to be aware of the load placement. And whether you're doing a bodyweight squat, a barbell back squat, or even a front-loaded goblet squat, this will slightly change things like your torso position and also your total range of motion. So don't make the mistake of trying to make every single squat pattern look the same. Yes, you want stability. Yes, you want the setup that's right for you. Yes, you want to get the full range of motion, but not only will your squat pattern look different to the next person, it will also look different depending on the squat variation that you do. As always, guys, hope you found that helpful. Any questions, drop them in the comment section below. And if you're not already following me, head over to TA Fitness Online and click that follow button.